Chelsea's Maresca ball is back with its beautiful team play to penetrate opposition defenses. Maresca's fluid back three with the right back invading the midfield is confusing opposition press, and then he uses Lavia's technical ability to drag the pressing block with him so that the opposition shape gets stretched for their half space players to equip. When Lavia carried the ball to his right, three of the Liverpool players were attracted to him, but Palmer understood the real plan and made that last minute direction change to beat his marker and receive freely, attacking the exposed Liverpool backline. Then Maresca wants to flood the opposition box to create numerical superiority, while his dribbling winger can beat his man to find a midfielder in the cutback zone. A perfect goal to score against league champions. Maresca's 3-2 structure is working now, and Caicedo is inverting to form the double pivot with Lavia, and this means more passing lanes are open. Moreover, Lavia is excellent in manipulating the press with his subtle movements. The midfield duo understands each other, making the progression much easier. The back three is often used to invade the press, freeing the space behind the pressing line for the pivot to receive. When center midfielder gets the ball, the advanced midfielder Enzo can drift wide, and now his marker may decide to follow him, allowing Chelsea to penetrate. As it's dangerous, players prefer to stay in the half space, freeing the wide player to receive. Maresca wants to use these wide channels to progress, and the players are now trained enough to execute those combination plays. After entering the final third, Chelsea keeps all key positions in the penalty area equipped so that any pass played has a receiver. Here Enzo has 4 different options in the middle, and he chose that area of uncertainty for Pedro to score. Maresca has even gone to extremes where 2 wingbacks would swap their position in the midfield. This manipulates the opposition press and keeps them pinned to the movements. Here James has come to the left, while Cucurella, the left back, has moved to the right. This midfield movement may pin the opposition midfield line, opening up space between the lines for advanced midfielder. The idea behind using fullbacks in the midfield positions is to keep more technically capable midfielders higher up the pitch. One of the fullbacks may not even get involved in the play, as he is tasked to pin his marker with him so that his partner fullback can penetrate the block. Here Cucurella is just a decoy player, while James dictates the play, and Chelsea can keep at least 2 players between the lines, with 2 others pushing the back landing. This makes penetration easier, and those technical players can create something in these congested zones. Another sequence where fullbacks are used in the midfield to offer multiple passing lanes for the centre backs, and they can combine together with the possibility of opening up multiple goal scoring opportunities. When it comes to more advanced region, Chelsea tries to overload the ball near zones with players in multiple lanes. This makes it difficult for the opposition to keep watch on them. Any lapse of concentration can be exploited with those runs, as Chelsea's central occupation mostly pins the centre backs. If the ops were a typical build-up with fullbacks wide, the winger would invert and striker would drop to offer multiple diagonal options inside the block. These quick interchanges makes the progression easier. The same could be done with their 3-2 shape with the inverted fullback. Now the winger stays wide to drop along the line, and the midfielder can move high to be that half space option. The striker won't drop now, so that the backline will be pinned back. Now those diagonal combinations can be done to bypass the press, as the inverted fullback becomes the free outlet in the midfield. Chelsea is well capable of progressing to the wide regions using simple combinations. Usually in a back 3 system, the dropping winger will be marked, and Maresca solves this by pushing the attacking midfielder wide, and this will drag the winger's marker towards him, giving more time and space to make yet another wide combination with the striker, and from there, Chelsea looks to exploit the space in the penalty area. Maresca seems to be less strict now, as players are allowed to leave their positions to create these temporary numerical overloads. This will attract pressure towards one side, leaving the other side open for switch-off play. This creates temporary disruption of opposition shape, and by having more number of attacking players, any team can exploit this disorganized state of opposition. Chelsea have improved a lot in their attacks as they try to be more creative with required risk-taking. However, some players might not suit what Maresca is trying to build, and he has to replace those weak links.